So this is a video about what you can do about the ride height on the Aprilia Pegaso. I mentioned in another video that you have zero adjustment possibilities with the shock absorber that's on the bike. And the shock absorber that's on this specific bike is the one where you have this pre-adjuster, pre-dampening kind of thing. Don't know what it's called. So on this you have zero possibilities to adjust the height. So what you can do is you can, well, depending on which source you ask, but some people say that you can use a lowering linkage. Especially one mentioned quite frequently is the one from Coaba Link. There is no Coaba Link for the Aprilia Pegaso of this year, I would say. I think there are for the ones produced from 2004 or 3 or 5 or something. But for this one, this is from 1997, so there are none. I've been in contact with Coaba Link about that. However, on various Aprilia forums, I've found some information that some people say you can use the BMW F650 Funduro lowering linkage. So the Funduro and the old Aprilia, like this generation Aprilia, they share very many components, such as more or less the engine is just like it says Aprilia on this one, and on the BMW it says BMW. But I don't know, I haven't tried with the lowering linkage for the Funduro, because even if I were to try that, it's like, I think it's around 300 euros. So I don't want to waste that much money on this older bike. What else can you do? There is also aftermarket shock absorbers you can buy. I found some new ones, and they're from about 400 euros and then upwards. So again, that's a bit too much for me for this bike. And so, enter low-tech solution Especial. I got this from a used bike parts dealer in Italy, I think. This is an old Aprilia Pegaso seat. As you can see, it's kind of busted here. But my plan is to take off this, whatever it is. It's not leather, that's for sure, I think. And then I'm going to cut through, try to make this lower. One good thing about that also is that it won't change anything on the bike. The geometry and stuff won't change. So the reason why I'm doing this is that the bike will be used by my partner. She is a bit shorter than me. She hasn't taken her license yet, so she's a total newbie, and that's whichever bike you put in the hands of a person that's never ridden before, it's going to feel too high anyway. So, but you know, happy wife, happy life. So I'm going to at least do what I can to get the bike or the ride height to feel a bit lower for her. So yeah, I guess you know how to take out pins. There are quite a few of them. I've already done it. You just use a flat-headed screwdriver and a piece of, well, pliers and take them out. So next thing I'll do is try to measure the depth of the foam and see how much I can cut out from it. So there we go. I just stripped off the, yeah, whatever it is, leather maybe, anyway. And I also marked it up with some tape, like where I want, like where it makes most difference to cut out of the foaming material. So my plan is to take out foam, like just make it lower altogether. But I might also take it in a bit, like going in to make it more narrow, because that I suspect that will make a huge difference as well. And by both cutting like on the top and also on the sides, I probably don't have to take as much out from the top. So that's the plan. If you do intend to take out material from the sides, make sure to mark it up while you're standing on your feet in the ground, because that's where the difference is. If you don't reach the ground when you have your foot on your foot pegs, it doesn't really do any difference. So this whole exercise is just to be able to, maybe not flat foot, both feet on the ground, but get it down anyway. So taking out some material here will surely help with that. Next up, I will try to just measure with a thin piece of metal down and see how much foam there is, so I know how much I can take out without hitting like the bottom of the saddle and hit the plastic, because that might not be so comfortable to ride with. Yeah, and so also if you are interested in replacing the stock shock absorber, drop me a note in the comments section if you want to know what brand of aftermarket shock I had looked into for roughly 400 euros. I also have the exact measurements of the stock shock in case you're interested.